Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you're tuning in from. This is BS Buddies Podcast. I'm Joe, that's Ian, a podcast where we BS to oblivion. We've talked about bad superpowers. We've talked about bad restaurants. Ian, what else have we talked about that's completely random?
We have talked about, I don't know.
Wow, what a great pass off.
We t-
I'm glad
I'm
you
sorry.
remember what we record.
I'm always 100% aware of what we record, like bringing a monster truck back into Holland and smashing through the windmills, or giving an electric guitar to a peasant and seeing what he does with it, or bringing an atomic bomb back to medieval. Never mind. We don't need to go over that one. That one was a big hullabaloo.
Yeah, that one caused a stir in the YouTube comments. But, we'll leave it at that. Today, we're going to be creating apps. Some may be sci-fi, some may be just plain stupid, some may be realistic. We don't know where we're going to go.
I'll give you guys the prompt that we found that made me go with this, because, sometimes we're lazy and we use a topic generator because, my brain doesn't like to work 24/7, all right? It likes to take long, frequent naps. I don't do a whole lot of thinking during the day. Can't be bothered.
Sometimes we get burnt out and just do topic generator and then change it.
And the prompt that we got this time around was, one day you wake up and there is an amazing new app on your phone. What does it do? And Joe, would you like to start us off with this little rabbit hole that we went down about 1 minute prior to hitting record?
So prior to recording, I kind of wanted to go sci-fi route. Ian's like, oh, maybe a little more realistic, and then we came up with it's an app that there's just one button. Every time you press that button, 5,000 people in America lose their jobs.
Now, wait. You can't lead with that. You got to give the folks context.
Then why did you pass it off to me? That's literally what we talked about for like 3 minutes.
That is very true. That is very true. But I wanted to get you with the good setup, because the context behind this, because I want you to think about how crazy that one sounds. Oh yeah, here's an app. Every time you press a button, 5,000 people get laid off from their job. Excuse me? Joe was telling me that he had an idea that was going to put a lot of people out of their work. And I said, oh, it must be just an app that you press the button and 5,000 people get fired.
I forgot about that part.
And then you accidentally leave your phone open one day. You come back to find your cat has been pawing at the screen. Bubbers would 100% do that, by the way. Would Mags? I feel like Mags might.
I don't think he understands what's going on most of the time anyway, so
He's causing the world's worst economic crisis because he's having a fun time pushing the little red button on You come back and he's just like tapping at it over and over, and you turn on the news and you're like, oh my god, the stock market dropped 500 points. This is the worst economic crisis we've seen in 20 years. And you're like, oh, that might have been my bad. And you look over and the cat's still going at it. Give me that phone.
One more for good measure.
one more for the road. You know what? Here, give it one with the other paw. No, the other. Come on. No, other. You already used that paw. Use the other one. There. Well, you missed. Do it again. There you go. Now you got it. Okay, now we'll turn it off.
My original idea before we brought that up was because I feel like I need this app right now because my arm feels like it's going to fall off half the day. I could take a picture and it's kind of like an x-ray, or I don't know if I want to go as far as x-ray, but like you take a picture of a part on your body, explain what's going on, it gets sent to like a physical therapist, and then they say, oh, do this. And then you chat back and forth, and you can eventually fix whatever ails you. So if like you, even if you go, it's like, hey, I might have cooked this one meal wrong. What happens if I did? Or they can go into like the symptoms and then
Huh.
prescribe
Oh.
what you should
You can
do.
put like what happened, what you think was the cause of your ailment, and it can go off of there. Interesting. Can I expand on this app
Yes.
idea? Because the route that I thought you were gonna go, or that I think would be really cool, is like if you take a picture of the part of your body, right, and describe what's going on, it gives you like an overlay of your arm, like the muscle, sinew, all this, that, and you can pinpoint where you feel the pain, and then it would like show you, oh, here are the nerve receptors associated with that. If you're feeling pain in your elbow, the nerve up here in your shoulder is pinched. Try doing this sort of thing, and it
Yeah,
just
that's
it
kind of
like
what I'm
gives you,
saying.
yeah, it just gives you, but it's like a
Super
overlay.
in depth.
Yeah, it's like a medical scanner deal. That's cool. I like that. That was way better than any of mine. Mine are all dumb.
Mine
It's,
is because
yeah.
my shoulder is hurting as we speak right now. So I would like to figure out why. Well, I mean, I throw baseballs. That's probably why. But anyways,
You're out here. I take a picture of my knees and it would just throw up like every alert possible on the screen. Like, do not use these joints. And I'd be like, I kind of got to.
you have
See,
Durka.
you're,
Pulling it back to an old
Durka has,
episode.
Durka has set in. Oh, see if like your app is out here helping people like diagnose their pain, and I was out here thinking something like, I want an app that what did I have in mind earlier? It was something dumb. It was just something like, I'm not gonna lie, the first thing that popped into my head was garage door opener, and then I went, oh yeah, that's already a thing. So if that explains where my head is at the moment.
That's a light bulb, Patrick. It's already been invented. Otherwise, I got another one ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. Fire off another one.
Here's my sci fi one. I can change the weather in my area.
Oh my god. That is some amazing technology.
within, let's go within like a 5 mile radius. I'll make it too powerful. It's like, oh, a tornado is headed for my house. Nope, we're gonna push that the other way.
10-mile diameter. Dude, you could be like, I want a rainy today. And you're pissing off like one localized part of the big city. Like, okay, now here's the question. Is it like a natural where it's like, the rain just eventually peters out, or is it like there's just a hard wall and on the inside is rain and on the outside it's a sunny day?
So when you're, let's say, with the rain, like it's a sunny day and it's like, wow, we're in a drought. I want to help out. Or it's like, hey, my neighbor's working outside and they're using the shovel that I borrowed them, but they haven't given it back yet. I'm going to ruin their day. If it's sunny out, then it will like clouds will just slow. It won't be like instant, but like all of a sudden, just clouds will roll in. And yes, like what you're saying, it's just a fine line. Like those days where you can be standing like on one side of the street and it's not raining, but you can stand on the other and it's raining. It's like that.
Just a hard wall, and you're like, dry out here, shove your hand in, but it's wet in there. I don't understand how nature works anymore these days. I'm out of here.
It's like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Blizzard overnight. There we go.
Sorry, boss, I can't make it to work. And it's only your driveway filled with no. Everybody else's driveway is perfectly fine, but yours.
It's like, it's spring. How did you have a blizzard?
I can't make it to work, boss. I had a tornado come through. Those just look like trees down on your street and your street alone. Yeah, I can't make it out. Oh man.
There is a
Oh, that-
hurricane in my bathroom. I can't make it to work today.
It just your bathroom just looks like you like flooded the toilet and smashed everything with like a bat. Your boss is like, "Did you destroy your bathroom to get out of coming to work?
No, it was like that when I woke up.
You slept through that." I'm a heavy sleeper in my defense.
It's like, it was in the bathroom. I was in my bedroom.
Oh. I'm sorry. I was in the background, I was thinking of an idea for the app that I want.
Go for it. I think I
And
got the point across on mine. Pretty,
it just
pretty
popped
clear.
into my head. This is a really dumb app, but this one is specific to me because I forget to do this all the time. Is I will see, like, when I'm during the day driving around busy running errands, I will see, oh, hey, my tank of gas is getting low. I should fill up when I head home, before I go home. That way I got a full tank of gas for the next day, whatever. And every time I forget, and then I wake up the next day, I want to go places, and I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot to get gas the night before. I want an app that, like, because there's been multiple times where I've gotten home and realized I forgot to get gas.
Oh, yeah. I know
I'm
how you
already
feel.
home. Screw it. I don't want to leave the house now, which I realize is partially my fault. I own up to that. But in lieu of that, I want an app that I press a button and somebody like just comes to my house and fills my tank for me. I almost knocked over my microphone. This one's for me specifically. I want an app. I just press the button. I'm like, I forgot to fill up my tank. Boop. Someone just stretches a comically long hose because I live like a block away from the gas station. They just stretch a comically long hose down the sidewalk and up to my tank. Ding. They're like, all right, you're filled up there. And I'm like, thanks. And then they like go, all right, bring it back. And then the employee back at the gas station down the road just starts like cranking a giant handle
I
and reeling the hose back in.
thought of something funnier. It wouldn't actually happen in real life, but cartoon-wise, it's like they're holding on to it, and they're like, no problem. And then they just jump up in the air and get launched back like it's a rubber band.
Thanks, guys. No problem. They like tug on the thing twice and then they just hang on and whee! They just launch with it.
Ugh.
Oh, that
I
would
thought
be
of another
amazing.
app that's going to put a lot of people out of business. That's not a button, that just fires people.
Go for it.
You're having car problems, right? I could have used this months ago instead of trying to figure out what it was, which I got to fix this weekend. It's also because I kind of want to learn more about cars. I don't know much about them. I've been learning more and more throughout the past couple months, but this would save me for everything I want to learn. It's a degree in your pocket, basically. You can open the hood of your car, or if it's an interior thing, whatever. You can take a picture. The app will read it and say what is wrong.
Ooh, that would be good. You just, all right, what's wrong with this bad boy? This, and this. Ah, nice. It'd be
It's just
better is if it
all red. It's
automatically
like, how is my car running?
do not drive, do not drive, do not drive. What are you talking about? It runs fine.
I mean, I guess when you take it in, that's basically what they do all the time. It's like, hey, all of these things are wrong with your car. Are you sure you want to leave? Yep, it's ran fine for me so far. Okay.
Yep. I'll keep on running. She's held together by hopes and dreams so far, so I'll just keep on going. We'll see how long I can ride these hopes and dreams without. That would be a good app.
I
Take
was
a
go-
picture and boom.
I was gonna add, if it's a certain part, like let's just say battery. That's a pretty common one. You can take a picture of the battery. It'll tell you what you need, like different types of batteries you could use, and then it teaches you how to uninstall and reinstall a battery for your specific car.
That would be cool.
So you don't
That would
have
be
to like search around YouTube. Like it's just all in one app.
perfect. It would be right there. It knows exactly what you need. Oh, that would be so handy. That would be very, very. It tells you what tools you need.
Yep.
Because, sometimes those videos never tell you what tools you need. And then you get partway into a job and you find out you need some special freaking tool made for your car. Because apparently taking the crankshaft pulley off is too much of a simple task to ask. No, you got to get specially made parts. Just had to get that out. That was internal rage from an old fix. That was internal rage from an old fix that caused me a lot of trouble.
Do
I
you need
needed
an
that
app for
moment.
that?
I might need an app for that. I might need an app for that. If I could design another app, ho, 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 what would I design?
I just thought
Look
of
at
something that if we were sponsored by them, it would be perfect for this. But
hmm.
I, even if we were, I would deny it because I think it's trash anyway. Uh, do I say it in the episode?
Do it.
BetterHelp.
I don't know
This
that one.
video is not sponsored by BetterHelp, and if they want to sponsor us, I might deny it because I had such a terrible time using it. And people I know had such a terrible time using it.
Is it just one of those ones that just there to confuse you?
No, so what it is, it's like online therapy through your phone. It's super cool idea, but when I
Does
talk to
not work.
my therapist and you can get like you can change therapists, but like I was trying to talk about something and then my therapist kept interrupting and basically said, "Well, just figure it out." And then someone I know that had it kept trying to contact their therapist and the therapist just ignored them for like 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Well, that's
A better help would be something I would create. One
a
where
better
there's, yeah.
consistent people on the other end.
Ian said his woes about crankshafts, and I said my woes about apps that I feel would be very helpful if, help is in the name, and, I'm disappointed. Anyways,
I'm
there's,
disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I was mad, but now I'm over it. I'm disappointed. Ian.
I want an app. What could I design for a good app? I don't know why my mind is drawing such a blank on this now. It's having such an easy time with this earlier.
I thought of a really dumb one that I would love.
What's that?
The app is called Donut Finder. It will
Donut Finder?
it will give me the location of local bakeries or donut shops where I can go buy donuts from. Local Ona. Unless there's not any nearby, then it's like, oh, this gas station might have some. But
Hmm. All right. All right, I could take that one. What if you could go a step further, and I'm gonna call it the late night munchies app. Right? And this is for like specifically when it's the late hour, whether you've been just staying up studying, whether you've been maybe having a party with some friends, maybe you've been who knows doing whatever, right? It's like 12 o'clock midnight. You're like, damn, I'm hungry. I want something to eat. Before you place that order of like 50 tacos or whatever it is, this app just pops up and says, "Are you sure you want to do this right now?" And then you have to solve a little puzzle in order, like, you have to solve like quick little Sudoku thing in order to confirm whether or not you actually want to spend that money on all them midnight tacos. My
I
cord is falling down. It's distracting.
I just want to say I want Donut Finder to be different than Late Night Munchies. Donut Finder is what you use
The worst.
during the
It's the worst
morning.
app you could use. It's the worst app you could use because you have to willingly subject, and once it's on, there's no way to get rid of it. I'm going the negative route. I'm going a shitty app.
That's fair. I'll see if I can come up with one.
I don't know. Just halfway through, I decided, you know what? I want this to be a terrible app.
I'm sure this probably exists. It'd be a terrible idea. Like, I've gotten motivation apps before. What about a demotivation app? One that just
do it
insults you
later.
once per day? Either insults you or says, nah, I can wait.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I'm sure it probably exists.
It's like you open it up one morning and it just says, "You so ugly, your reflection ducked." Oh man, just gonna be one of those kinds of days.
Well, guess I'm going back in bed.
Yeah, I'm going back to bed. Good idea. It can wait. Hey, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I got you. Every now and again, it just throws a casual insult at you.
I'm gonna look it up. I want to see. What? Yeah, there are some. There's definitely some that are made. But it looks like okay. Looks like meme makers instead of demotivational. I don't know.
I have got a phenomenal app idea for you that is mundanely stupid, but is a lot of fun in concept. This is an app. Every time you press the button, somewhere in the world, a street lamp just randomly turns off.
Off?
Off. Yeah. You know how sometimes you'll be driving down the street late at night and the street light will just, and you're like, what? Why? What happened?
There's an app
There's,
for that.
there's an app for that. Like if you wanted to, you could just sit there, just tapping away, just going to town, and just all over the world randomly. Doesn't matter where the light is. It could just beep, 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 beep. They're just going out one by one by one. You could get a whole bunch of your friends together and you all get the app. You all just sit there going, all right, somebody look down the block and let me know when you see one of our own go out. And then you look out the side and you just see lights going, and you're like, oh my God, okay, maybe this was a bad idea.
I can't really think of any more at this moment.
Honestly, I'm kind of burnt out too.
But I got a quote. I'm ready for quotes for this episode, though.
Me too. I got them over here. You guys can't see it, but it's over there.
Oh yeah, I also have one.
Over there.
I also have one up here. But I'll go with this one. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Helen Keller.
A daring adventure or not? I mean, I feel like there could be some middle ground in there, but
nope,
you know,
don't think about it.
Who might argue with Helen Keller? Right? I've got one that's kind of in the same vein as that. Begin, be bold, and venture to be wise. Horace. Don't know who that is, but thanks, Horace. That's a cool quote, and it fits in with Joe's quote. So, yeah, I did the hands.
You did the Thriller dance.
do 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 do. Oh, we're gonna get demonetized. No.
Yep, that was too spot on. My voice is going out, so we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys for BSing with us today. Subscribe, follow, comment, like to become a bud today. We'll see you next time once I find some donuts with my new app. and then change the weather so it's sunny all the way there.
See you guys next time when you want to put out some street lamps all over the world. But until the next time, just take her easy now.